In the previous video we had a look at dividing a polynomial with a monomial. In this video we're going to have a look at raising a power to another power and raising a product to a power and the combination thereof. Okay, law 3 and 4 are quite easy compared to law 1 and 2. So if we have a look at this is if we have a bracket and there's a power inside the bracket and we raise it to a second power outside the bracket, then we multiply to the two exponents. Okay, the power the base doesn't change, but the power is multiplied. So for example, over here we have a power raised to another power. We're going to say 3 to the power 4 times 5. That's 3 to the power 20. Okay, and you can work that out on your calculator. Over here we have x to the power 3 times 5. That's going to give us x to the power 15. This is the only time that we multiply exponents. Alright, over here we have a negative to an odd power, so it's going to be negative, and then we multiply the two exponents. So that's negative x to the power 20. And now let's have a look at number 4, when we have a power raised to a power raised to a power. So we're going to start on the inside. We have x to the power 3 to the power 2. So that gives us x to the power 3 times 2 on the inside. So that's in the round brackets, and that's to the power 4. Okay. So that power on the outside stays the same. So we have to the power 4, and on the inside we have x to the power 6. You don't need these brackets, but you can have them. You don't need them. Alright, now we have a power raised to a power, and we're going to say, okay, that's x to the power 6 times 4, and that's x to the power 24, and that's it. Alright, here is law number 4, raising a product to a power. So, if you have a product to a power, you take that power and you give it to the factors on the inside. Okay, so it's like cat whiskers or the distributive law. In fact, we call this the distribution of exponents over multiplication and division. Okay, so that's that. So here we're going to have x to the power 5 and y to the power 5, and that cannot simplify. Okay, we give it there and there. Or here we give it there and there. That gives us 3 to the power 5 and x to the power 5. And then if you do have the opportunity to use your calculator, you type that into your calculator, and that should give you 243 for 3 to the power 5, x to the power 5. But usually we ask these questions without the use of a calculator. Now for this one, we need to evaluate the sign as well. So it's a negative to an odd power, and that odd power goes to the 2, to the a, to the b, and to the c. Okay, so that is negative to an odd power, so that's negative 2 to the power 3, a to the power 3, b to the power 3, and c to the power 3. That gives us negative 8, a cubed, b cubed, and c cubed. Now if we combine these, it gets really fun. Okay, so we have a product inside here, and we're going to give it there and there. Okay, so what we're going to do is the base is going to stay the same, and that gives us 4 times 3. When we raise a power to a power, we multiply the exponents. Okay, similarly we have b, and that gives us 5 times 3. If there's a noise in the background, my dog is trying to get my attention. Just ignore her. That's a to the power 12, b to the power 15. Okay? And lastly, over here, we're going to give it there to the negative, to the negative, to the 3, to the x, and to the 5. Okay, y to the power 5. Remember the y is glued to the 5. Negative to an odd power is negative. Then we have 3 to the power 3, x to the power 3, y to the power 5 times 3. And of course you can skip this step. You don't need it. That's negative 27 x cubed y to the power 15. You're going to practice this as exercise 3 on page 51. And we'll do mixed examples in the next video.